trying to keep playoff hopes alive on the road in Arrowhead. Jamar Chase's status is up in the air as he returns from a shoulder injury, but he had a few thoughts on the Chiefs' secondary.
We know what we're capable of. Everyone in the league does. That's why KC double is the way they do.
What stands out about that secondary for the Chiefs?
If I'm being honest, nothing. They just know how to play us. They know the leverages. They know what splits we in. They just know what we gonna do certain movements. They throw a little double-doubles at us to stop the two best players on the outside, and that's all they do. I mean, it's not really like they got a Jalen Ramsey on these squads, so you know what I'm saying? So, not much.
I feel like we all need that vote of confidence. Like, with Chase not holding back, who do you got a lock on this
Well,
game?
you know, my lock is on the offensive side for the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's going to be about the screen game, right? The screen game, to me, is the for sure play that I think they have in their playbook. I had a homeboy named Marcus, and every time we go out, if a girl chose him really early, he would just stick by her side because he said a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. That's exactly what they have in the screen game. When you look at the things that they're able to do, the way that they're able to create explosive plays in that gives Patrick Mahomes an opportunity to get the football out of his hands into the hands of his playmakers.
You ain't never go out with Marcus.
No.
That's a different Marcus.
No,
different
swag was always about Isha from the jump, man.
Yeah.
From the jump.
Straight like that, homie.
Just
Straight like that.
Everything else.
RC, appreciate you.
RC's preaching over
Points.
here.
Points. Appreciate
So many
the points,
All right.
RC.
Okay.
Points.
A lot of points, a lot of sound bites. All right, Dan, what's your key in this matchup?
The key is in relation to Travis Kelce's comments when he's like, every single play, it seems like somebody else takes their turn and essentially ruining the play. It takes all 11 right now for Kansas City, and that's not happening. 3rd and 3. It's zone coverage. Rashee Rice is the slot receiver. All he has to do is sit down and give Patrick his eyes. I don't need you to route anybody up here. We are not playing man coverage. The only person who miscommunicates on that play, Patrick throws the ball to. A little bit of the run game. This is called one back power. Down block, front side, pull the backside guard. If we get everybody blocked up, Pacheco's going to hit his head on the goalpost. Travis Kelce bypasses front side backer to go to a backside fill support, and the front side backer takes a tackle for a loss instead of bouncing that ball outside. First play of the game, they're trying to get zone double teams on the front side. Backside guard and center have to climb up to the front side run support player. Instead, this time, they go to the backside guy, leaving the front side guy unblocked again. That's all 11 guys. 10 of them are doing a really good job. In one play, one person makes the mistake. The next play, a different person makes the mistake. The next play, a different person makes the mistake. Part of me sits there and goes, man, we got to get that fixed. And part of me sits there and goes, they're close. Like, can they get all on the same page when it matters the most? And I still believe they're capable, talent-wise, of doing that.
I mean, it looks like they're on the same page, and we're all on the same page, except we're all for the Chiefs. Look, they've got something to prove, especially after Christmas, and they're trying to get their 8th straight division title and get the second longest streak in NFL history. All right, on to the Packers and Vikings. Vikings making a change to rookie Jaron Hall at QB in this one. A lot on the line, as Sunday night's going to be interesting because this could be an elimination game. The Packers would be eliminated with a loss and wins by either the Rams or the Seahawks, while the Vikings' playoff hopes would come to an end with a loss to Green Bay as well as wins by Seattle and LA. So, Marcus, give me a lock in this game.
Justin Jefferson is going to go over 100 yards. Jair Alexander, I believe, is out on suspension. Justin is back. Why not go ahead and get your numbers, man? Because he about to get a big old check after this season is over with. Stay healthy. But the lock is him going over 100 yards. The man is phenomenal. He can get open when there's no quarterback. And especially when he has one, he goes crazy. So my lock is him going over 100 yards. I should have put a touchdown in there as well.
All right, well, you can just throw it in on the back, and it's all good. All right.
Touchdown, too.
Right there. All right, touchdown, too. All right, Mina, what is the key for this matchup?
It's a Brian Flores defense, so key's always going to be the quarterback against the blitz. But I'm going to the other side of the ball and following what Marcus said. I do not think the Green Bay Packers can cover Justin Jefferson. I do, however, think they can prevent the ball from getting to Justin Jefferson if this pass rush shows up, which has been inconsistent this season. They need to play better down the stretch for this team to have any chance. They're facing a very inexperienced quarterback who's likely to hold on to the ball a bit longer. If they can tee off, I think this defense can perform a lot better than they have recently even without their fearless leader, Jair Alexander.
Yeah, and Jordan Love has been going off with the.
He's a real captain.
Well, okay, we're not going to open that can of worms. Here are our picks,
that one in
and
there.
we are going to go to a break instead of continuing on with that. Welcome back to NFL Live. A few teams still in contention for the NFC's #1 seed. But it's the Niners who hold the best chance to get the top seed with a 64% chance according to ESPN Analytics, with the Eagles holding the second best chance to 25%. San Fran, though, could lock up the NFC 1 seed this week by beating the Commanders and need losses by both Detroit and Philly. So let's get to some quick reads on what both the Eagles and 49ers need to do to win this week. Marcus, we'll start with you on San Fran.
Two simple things. Don't turn the football over and don't have bad luck. The second thing is easier said than done about not having bad luck. Look, we saw Brock Purdy run into some issues against pressure. We saw these type of plays be made against the Baltimore Ravens defense. I think San Francisco retools. On a serious note, feed Christian McCaffrey more often and try to get him the ball out of the backfield as opposed to passing game.
Yeah, if I'm the Philadelphia Eagles, I want to see better play in between the numbers defensively. When you think about their linebackers and also their safeties, nickel play on the back end, there has to be a level up in order to contend in the playoffs. And once we watch Tyrod Taylor be inserted into this football game, the run game of the New York Giants started to explode, and also what Tyrod Taylor was able to do in the pass game in between the middle of this defense.
All right, here are the simplest clinching scenarios for the Ravens and the Dolphins to earn home field advantage in the AFC for the playoffs. All Baltimore needs to do is beat Miami on Sunday, while the Dolphins need to win their last 2 games against the Ravens and the Bills. And it's worth mentioning that the Browns are still in contention for the 1 seed, but need a little more help to get there. All right, Mina, we saw Lamar tear up the 49ers defense and really solidify his MVP race. How does the Dolphins defense match up with the Ravens offense?
Well, the Dolphins defense has been playing really well lately. This is a Vic Fangio defense, and we're really seeing that now. A lot of disguise on the back end. They don't really blitz. They defend the run with light boxes. The problem for them taking that approach against Baltimore is that trying to defend Baltimore's run game with light boxes is like taking the baby out without the diaper bag. The runs are coming, and they will be explosive.
Looking like a mama.
I think for Vic and this unit, I speak from experience now, guys. I think for Vic and this unit, they have to make a decision. Are they going to sacrifice run defense to play coverage against this group? Because if they do, I think Baltimore and Lamar will be all too happy, and Gus Edwards to run the ball on them. It's Friday.
What are you about to say? What are you about to say? What are you about to say? What are you about to say?
I'm just very immature.
Is anything I said wrong? Is anything I said wrong?
Dan, the floor is yours.
All right, this is a little bit of a question. Do we think – so this is a defense in Miami that gets a lot of pressure, but they don't blitz a lot. And I don't know if that's going to be enough versus Baltimore. Mainly because just if you get pressure on the mark, it doesn't matter. He literally is the guy that is the walking something out of nothing. Yeah. I guess I'll ask you, big fella, how would you rush him? Would it be tell me, how would you rush him?
Yeah.
Scared as hell?
The one thing you got to do, Dio, is you got to figure out a different path, and you got to change out your rushers. You and RC show Van Noy dropping out, and Baltimore bringing pressure. I would rush him that way. You can't give him the same looks. And usually I would tell you, look, let's just box him in and keep him in the pocket, but he's manipulating the pocket so well without taking off and still throwing the ball downfield. And he also threatens your secondary rush, right? So we got him bottled up. He figures out a way to escape, and now everybody's discombobulated because he's created so much space between defensive linemen that now the field looks wide open.
Would you change pressure him? Would it be 3-man rush with double spies? Would it be, a speed unit that is just 4 athletes, linebacker? What is it?
I would at times go to a 3-man rush with a spy, right, and make my backers play different levels, because he's throwing it so well that you still got to sit in the middle of the zone and have somebody take care of those crosses and those guys that like to sit down. But ultimately, Dio, the 3-man rush is simply for coverage. you can't cover Lamar Jackson. That's the problem.
Hey, bro.
You can take care of everybody else, and you can't cover him.
Man, it's the same thing like when you playing an elite hooper. You just going out there hoping and wishing. You playing boxing 1, you playing triangle in 2, and you still getting cooked the same way we saw it this week. For me, it's going to be, can the Miami Dolphins find a way to be tough in between the numbers where I think they could be exploited with their nickels and their backers. And we did see Vic Fangio start to bring Duke Riley on some rushes against Dak Prescott, so we may see that this week as well.
That's right.
Look, I think
As an add-on.
In other words, Dio, you better have your ass home before them street lights come on. Because if Lamar Jackson get outside that pocket, them street lights
your
came on,
prayers.
and you know what's happening when you get home.
Sun go down, get home.
no, we're all on the
Don't
Ravens
love
clearly,
this.
but they better be saying their prayers.
Oh, this is a
as
bad
well.
look,
Ooh,
y'all.
Yeah, no, you know,
Yeah, I don't
we
like
did
this
it.
at all.
Because Victoria ain't come on here and do her
Okay,
job.
you know
She's
what?
supposed to pick the
For
other team.
RC, Dan, Marcus, and Mina, I'm Victoria, and have a great weekend, everyone.
Happy New Year. New Year.
Happy New Year.